Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. So I have been busy in between episodes and I have something cool to show you in the Nether. So let's go through this Nether portal and take a look. Okay, here it is. You can see that I finished the map. Yes, it has taken me a long time to do, and I've been thinking a lot lately about all the projects that I've started, and I realised that I keep starting new projects and not really finishing previous ones, so it kind of prompted me to pull my finger out and just get on with this. So I made some time to make sure I got this done, and there you go, it's finished. So now I'm thinking about what I want to do in the Nether a lot more, and in general I've been thinking about all of the projects, and there's quite a lot of things that I want to talk to you about that I want to do in the future, and get on with this episode. And this one I want to do some work here in the Nether, and we can take away that torch now that the grass has finished growing. I want to actually move these portals underground. I've been thinking a lot about how this looks, and the more portals that we have scattered around in this place, I don't think it would look as good as just having a simple little hole into the ground with a ladder for you to jump down to, and maybe even a sign on top of it to let you know what part it goes to. And also we were going to build the storage area in here, and I've been thinking that I don't really want to jump in and out of the Nether too much for storage. It might be best to prioritise certain items, so things like gold and diamonds and iron, your valuables that you use a lot when crafting. I think perhaps they should stay in the overworld, because it's quite often or not I've noticed you go around, you're doing something and you just need to quickly craft something. And if that means I have to go through the Nether, climb up into a storage area to get something and then go back through, yeah, it's just going to waste a lot of time. So I'm not even sure if I want to actually have the storage up above anymore. I was thinking if the portals are going to be down below, then you're going to have to climb up into this room and then climb up again to get all the way to the top to stuff up there, which might not even look that good. I was thinking perhaps we could build some sort of decorative feature, or maybe something else will come to mind, something that's useful that we can build up here. So we should have the storage underground, and that would be closer to these nether portals as well. So where I've been thinking about all the different projects that I want to do and things that I want to finish off, I've been thinking we're going to have even more nether portals than the ones that are just on this island. For example, there is off in, which direction is it? Off in that direction it would be, if you think about where the map is. There's a big island where the village is, or it's not even an island, it's the main landmass, and over there there's a jungle and also a big desert which I want to make into a quarry. So we want to be able to get to there, and at the moment I've been using a boat. I've been just going across the ocean, and that's been quite time consuming. So using the Nether for things like that as well would be great, and also having some tunnels to Nether projects, like I've been thinking about building a gold farm. That's something that I'm not going to start anytime soon, but just made me think again we could build a little tunnel under the ground under the lava lake out to a gold farm. So one of those other things I've been thinking about, these unfinished projects like this one here, is the mob trap. Once I built the XP farm, I said I'd talk to JL about how the game works so he could just confirm a few things for me, and I haven't got around to doing that, and yeah, I'm going to do that soon so we can find out what's best for this mob spawner. So I do know that mobs spawn in a sphere around the player, or at least the shape that chooses where they spawn is a sphere. So if you imagine there's a sphere floating around me right now, let's say that sphere wasn't big enough to reach the bottom of the map, then we would only be using a certain amount of this mob spawner before it got cut off by the sphere. And I think that probably the best place you're going to be is, I don't know, maybe this distance from the spawner, maybe a bit more, down in the ground about mid-range of the spawner. And if you imagine that a sphere around it, it should then encompass all of the mob spawner. So with the ideal location being down there under the ground, we can again use the nether portal, the nether hub to hook it up. And there's something else that I want to implement here that some of you will be aware of, and that is the AFK stream. So over here at the moment we have something which I might have referred to as the AFK stream before, but it's just this simple drowning trap to get items. Now an AFK stream will actually take this water here and send it into some ice with a water stream that goes off into the distance, and it goes all the way into unloaded chunks. Now the reason you do this is because I could stay here all day and farm drops without putting them in my inventory, they would get drowned, they'd go into the AFK stream and they'd go into the unloaded chunks, and then they would keep their time that they have on them, because they have a 5-minute despawn time, but they'd be in an unloaded chunk, so that time wouldn't be counted down until the chunks are loaded. So then again, using the Nether hub, we could go through, have a Nether portal which takes us to the place where the AFK stream ends, and that would be out of range of where you can see the edge of the world is there. And so then we can use that, go through and get tons of items, and we could leave this thing on all the time, so while I'm working around in the island it will always be collecting drops, and that's going to be incredibly useful. And there's a few other things as well that I've been thinking about. Nothing comes to mind at the moment. Some of the projects that we can continue on with, but let's go over to the village now and I'll show you what I've done over there. Okay, there are the 2 original houses that we built last episode, and then over here I've started work on plotting out where some of the next houses will go, and I actually built an entire house just over here. Now what I did was I made it kind of square. I was going to have like a log cabin kind of look and build another one next to it that was fairly similar, and the whole thing didn't really go too well. The roof wasn't too good, it came too close to this building, and also the floor I made out of half slabs, and that makes it really difficult to put in decorations and stuff, but in general the size of it wasn't too good. So what I've done here is we're going to go for a bigger house than the one we built before. We're going to probably use the same theme, maybe change a few things here and there, but in general it's going to be quite similar. And I built 2 of those circular shapes and intersected them like this, so it's like a 2-part house with, we'll put stairs in here so it goes down into a second bit. And then I've made the shape for another one here. This one I'm not too sure about the shape, but as we start building it we can change it if that's what it needs. And then we've got another big circular house to put on the end here, and this is probably going to be the last one in this semicircle, or this half of it, because it's going to end around here, the village. And I'll probably continue by starting off by putting these shapes down on the other side, and I want to do 1 or 2 big builds over there, and I'll probably save that for an episode where we do a particularly larger house. But I'll continue building this stuff in between episodes, and at the moment I'm really not got too much planned for this episode. I had a lot that I wanted to talk about, and I was thinking we'd just try and get as much done as we can. So what I do want to do right now is go into the Nether and rebuild all of our Nether portals. I don't like them sitting above the map, and if we put them in underground we can get a feel for what that's like, and maybe start work on the storage system as well. Okay, I've lowered the Nether portal. It's under here now and it's synced up and it works fine. I had to think about how low down I wanted it to be, so I thought that 1 block below the cobblestone is where we'll have the ceiling, and then we should have a gap between that and the Nether portal itself. So this is the height that we'll build them at. And also the reason that I wanted to put the roof under the cobblestone instead of where the cobblestone was is because if we put redstone lamps in the ceiling we could remove the cobblestone above and then put a lever on top of it. So I thought I'd just give myself that little bit of flexibility. But this has actually got me thinking a lot again. Because now all the portals are going to be underground. They're going to be linked up underground as well. They're going to have little tunnels between them, storage, offshoots from those tunnels where you can pick up items and stuff. So we're not really going to come up here as much. I originally pictured it, you jump out of a portal, you walk around across the map of the island to the other one, and there's really no need for that now because we're going to link all this up with tunnels. It would be silly not to, because otherwise you'd go through a portal, you'd climb a ladder to climb down another ladder back to a portal. So most of the Nether transport, I guess you could call it, from portal to portal is going to be done underground, and we're not really going to see this as much anymore. Now I originally thought that the entrance, when I get around to building it for visitors from the main hub to this place, would come through underground and then they'd climb up into this room and see it all. But I think actually what we should do now is maybe make the entrance through one of these blocks here, so that they do actually see the map when they come through here, because otherwise it's going to be like a bit of a novelty, and it would be kind of annoying to sort of put all this effort into this and no one really ever seeing it, because when you come through from the main hub you jump through a portal to get into my island and you wouldn't even see this place. So I think it's important that we make sure that people come through here. And we've also got all this space up here as well. I'm not sure what I could build up there instead of a storage room. I had to think on it, but it's possible that in the future of the game they'll add some new features and items, and it could give us, some reason to build something up there and give this room a bit more function. But anyway, I'm going to move this portal down below now, and I'm actually going to remove the block of portals like we have at the moment. It seems a little pointless when only some of them link up, so we're just going to replace it with a single one. Okay, so I've removed the nether portals, and the one down the bottom there syncs up with one of them in the overworld just fine, so no problems there. What I decided to do next was go and get a load of cobblestone to smelt. It's all smelting at the moment because the theme that I want to use down there is stone bricks and smooth stone like we have up above, and I think I might pick some other materials as well to bring in some colour, but I really like how this looks, especially in the nether when at that distance you get that red tint over it. But yeah, in between I also went over to my animal breeding pens, and I've been breeding them a lot lately. The pens were really full, so I slaughtered all of them with my looting sword and got a ton and ton of drops, but also a lot of XP. You can see I'm now up to level 27, almost level 28, so I'm wondering if when this smelting is finished we might be able to get up to level 30 and do an enchantment. Okay, I could go and do all the calculations to how many XP I need, but let's just take the stone out of the furnaces and see what we get. See though, oh, we're not going to get to level 30, are we? But yeah, you can see I'm doing this in stacks of 60, so we get the maximum XP from it. And there we go. I think I'll go over to the XP farm for a bit, and then we can do an enchantment. Alright, we're level 30 and we can do an enchantment now. I want to enchant a sword because I'm trying to get looting free. Now, my looting sword has probably got something quite similar to that in terms of usage, so I've got plenty of life left on it, but it feels like a good idea to get another one as backup because they actually become really valuable to me, and I plan on using them more, so let's hope for the best. Oh, that's quite good. A variety of things there. Sharpness 3, knockback 2, fire aspect 1, but only looting 2, and I've already got a looting 2 sword as it is. So having two of them, I guess it's not too bad. When I think about it, it's not like Fortune. Diamond takes a lot of time to get and is very rare, so you only want to use your Fortune free pick on it. Whereas we're going to be using our looting sword on animals, like the cows and the pigs that we have over there, and maybe chickens in the future. And because they're infinite, we can breed them as much as we want. I guess getting less drops from them isn't too bad a thing, so that looting 2 sword isn't too bad after all. Okay, I think it's time to start work on the area down here. I'm going to get my stone bricks and smooth stone and yeah, just see what happens. I also don't want to have any layout or anything like that in mind. I think I just want to freeform everything and kind of let it take its own shape. So this place will probably end up being quite chaotic and difficult to navigate in the future, but then I guess that makes it a good thing that we have the map up here, so people who don't know their way around the tunnels that we're going to be building, they can just come up here and use the map. Before we start that, I thought I would put a sign above each of these ladders just saying where it goes to, and I couldn't actually read the text that I put on it, so I put some glowstone the other side to illuminate the sign, and then I could read it. But it also kind of illuminates the area around it just a little bit, same with this one over here. I think that has a really nice effect because you can just about see the change in texture where there isn't a block, and then it's kind of light around it as well, so it highlights it in a really nice way. So I'm building away, made a bit of progress. I had to move this portal, and also it's actually linking up with the strip mine, or at least the strip mine became a one-way back to this portal, so moving that fixed it. I've got snow behind the portal as well in case you're wondering, and I'm going to move the ladder over here by 1 block so it'll be the same as the one over this side, and I don't really like this. I was thinking that we'd have a little like box like this that you come down into, and then you can go through into the tunnels or whatever, and then this way goes to the nether. But it's kind of what I said I didn't want to do. I've got a half slab floor though, so no mobs will spawn in here, although they'll spawn on these blocks. I'm not sure if they spawn on the ones with the portal, so I might just rip this out, and I'm really not sure how to do all this kind of freeform stuff, but I'll stick at it. I'll keep building and seeing what happens. Okay, so in the end I decided to do something real simple. We've got a trim of nether brick at the bottom and the top, and the rest is just stone bricks. We've got slabs at the bottom to stop spawning happen, and now I've got these gaps around the side which I'm not too sure what I want to do with. And an idea that I just had, I went and got some soul sand for it, was to put soul sand at the same height as this, just behind it, and then have some nether warts, purely for decorational purposes. But then I also thought what you could do is put some pistons behind them, and then you could harvest them with a bit of redstone wiring as well, which is something I don't think I really want to do. I mean, it would just be novelty. I wouldn't ever really use it. So I'm going to put in the nether warts and soul sand and see what it looks like when it's for decorational purposes. Okay, the nether warts are in place, and I don't know, it really doesn't seem to uh, bring anything that interesting to the room, if you know what I mean. Like, they're there, but maybe changing the netherrack around them would help a bit. But I'm really not sure what to do. Oh, I tell you what though, I do like the soul sand texture, so maybe just having soul sand going across like that, or maybe have it one block back might look good as well. But the thing with these tunnels is some of them will be quite long, because one of them goes all the way out to the quarry when I'm going to put another portal over there, and there'll be a few more of these, and that's why I decided to keep it simple. You know, we can just follow the patterns, so if we have a portal off in that direction, when we build the tunnel we just build it and it all links up because the pattern's the same. So having loads of these nether warts everywhere, it can kind of be a pain to build, a bit over the top, and then as we add more portals we'll be changing it all around a lot anyway, so I think it might be best actually just to go with something simple. In fact, why don't we have a look what the soul sand looks like just over here. I think that looks okay-ish. It's a bit moody. If we bring it forward a bit, I kind of like it when it's brighter, you can see more of the texture, and then when it's further back it's a bit, like I said, it's a bit moody. But it's really not important. I think we'll do that. We'll leave it like that for now. Okay, on second thought I'm going to leave this for the moment. I don't think that does really look that great, so we should probably figure out what it is we want before we start building more of these tunnels. And I want to build more because we need to pick a location to put the storage room. Now, I originally wanted it on the same level as the portals, and I knew the problem with that would be that if we build something in the future, like a farm or any kind of project that we do that we want to link up with another portal, it could end up being the ideal location, or the only location for it is right in the middle of our storage area. So if I press F3 you'll see that I have I'm at Y19, so there is actually room to build more stuff underneath where we're standing, and I think that will go into the void fog a bit, which might be alright in a storage room. It might add a bit of a spooky effect to it or something like that. But yeah, we should build the storage area, and I think it is going to be best to build it underground so we don't cause any problems in the future. So the best location to put it would be right next to this portal, because this is our one that takes us to the Avalon hub. So I think I'm going to put a doorway just here, or some stairs that lead down, and we'll start work on the storage area. There we go. Lava. Yes, it looks awesome. And I don't know why I didn't think of doing this earlier. I really don't. But yeah, this is real simple to do, so I thought I'd show you in case you wanted to know. So lava flows 8 blocks in the nether like waterwood, so you won't need as many buckets as you might think you did. I thought I'd need a few for this, and then I remembered that lava flows 8 in the nether rather than 4 like it does in the overworld. So what you do is you prepare it like this. You put a 1 block gap up the top here, and then all you need to do is place the lava in roughly the middle. If it's wider than 7 blocks on either side from where you place it, then you're going to need more than one lava bucket, but let's just patch this up. So we place that there, and now it's going to flow down and to the sides as well, and then that's as far as it will flow. So you just need to place a netherrack like this, and then it will make it flow all the way across till it finds a way down, and then you can remove all of that, and there you go. Okay, I'm building the entrance down to the storage area, and I'll put lava on the side here. Now I'm not 100% keen on this, and I think the main reason why is because there's an awful lot of it, and or at least up here, you have a nice balance of lava to everything else around it. But as well as that, you also can't hurt yourself on this lava because it's in a a one block gap like that, whereas if we come around the corner here, I could actually hurt myself on this. Now, I'm not going to go running around jumping and jumping into the lava, but I just don't like the idea that it's there and it's actually possible to run into. So as well as that, I'm not really feeling the entrance so far. Not really sure what I'm going to do in the storage area either, so I think it's a good idea to take a break from doing this and give myself some time to think and get some ideas going. But I do have one already that I like, and it's to put, well, the floor's going to be made out of half slabs again, by the way, so that mobs, or mainly pigmen, don't spawn down there. But yeah, I'm going to put blocks in like this, I think, on the half slab floor, and then chests will go above it. So when you're walking down, they'll be in corridors, I imagine, like corridors with chests all stacked up. The blocks at the bottom will represent what's actually in those chests. I think that would be a good way of doing it. It might cause some lighting problems, but that's the only idea I really have for the storage room at the moment, so we should probably move on. And I just want to show you something else quickly in case you were wondering how I done this bit here. So the netherrack has the one block gap above again, and it follows it downwards diagonally like this does here. So if you wanted to do something similar, the way you would do this is you place a block there and then one below it, and you do that going all the way down to the bottom, and then you've got your source block at the top there, and that causes it to flow all the way down. And then when you remove these, you need to remove the block at the back first, then the one above it, like that. If you do it the other way around, it will cause the lava to flow out over the top and cause a lot of mess. And it's night time, and I'm in a desert. Bit of a change of pace, but it's all related. I'm out here because I want to build the nether portal that's going to link back to the nether hub. And this is the area where I got the villagers from. That's the village over there. This is where I want to do my resource gathering for sand and jungle wood as well. And with jungle wood, I find that the saplings that drop from the leaves is such a low amount for the leaves you get from each tree. It's almost like you can't really farm it. So I like to just take these down naturally, come out here sometimes with some shears if I need leaves. This desert is absolutely enormous. It goes off in that direction over there. There's quite a large sand biome somewhere off in the distance behind this one here, and then it also goes off in this direction and branches off in that way, and it's really big. I've got a map of it right here, and it goes on for a long time. In fact, there's another village somewhere off in that direction. So we'll never really run out of sand, and the plan is just to build a nether portal here and light it. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think if I build one and light it up, it's not going to create one in the nether until I walk through it. So we can find that out by doing a sort of test. I'm going to put my portal here. In fact, I might just put it over there. I'll put it somewhere around here where I think it's most central. But yeah, I'll put the nether portal down, and then I think it won't make one in the nether until we go through. So I'm going to go all the way back to Avalon and then dig a tunnel to where this place is in the nether, put the portal there, and then it should link through to this one. Now in the case that when I light it, it already somehow creates it in the nether, even though that wouldn't be loaded, which is why I don't think it will. If it creates a portal, then when we build R1 in the nether, we'll link through to this one, and then this one would be linked to the one it had created, so that way we will be able to find out if that works or not. So I decided to build the portal over here. It's higher up on this hill, and I just like the view from up here a lot more. Dug down a bit so it's on top of the stone, because we're going to be harvesting all of the sandstone and sand. And I'll probably build a little building here with like some food and an ender chest and some storage, etc. in the future. But I haven't gone through this yet because we're going to go all the way back to Avalon now. I'm going to make a note of the coordinates that are here, divide that by 8, and then we're going to go into the nether and dig a tunnel out to where those coordinates are. So I've removed the old entrance down to the bottom. I thought it might be better to put it in a different place because we need to go this way for a bit and then turn right to get to the new nether portal, which I haven't built yet. Run into a bit of a problem there, and I just thought to myself I could have actually just gone this way and then turned left when I got all the way down at the end, but I think it was a bit of a bad decision to build the entrance so quickly, because as we build up more portals, there's going to be more tunnels linking up, and once we've got a few tunnels going in different directions, then it should be fairly easy to find a place. In fact, I think I'll probably do it just here, going in that direction, because if we have any tunnels coming from that side, we'll just link it round to this bit here. So anyway, the problem that I've run into is that there's a lava lake, and I was blasting through this with my pick, and I noticed that we are directly below one, because if we go down here, you'll see there they are, the little particle effects coming down. So there's lava right above us, and the other side of the netherrack right here is a lava lake. So feeling a little discouraged. I'm going to go get a fire resistance potion and try and see what I can do. It might not be too difficult to build the tunnel through there. In fact, it might only be a little bit of lava to get through, but hopefully I can get through it and continue with this tunnel for this episode. Okay, thanks to some sort of Minecraft glitch, we can actually see that we're not too far away from the end of, well, maybe not the end of the lava lake, but from where the netherrack meets up with this. So you can see I'm actually standing in lava at the moment, but that's quite helpful, that is. Okay, we've made it, so we're going to light this portal and then go through it, and it should link to the one in the desert, and then when we come back through we should come back to this one. So let's jump through. Okay, we're here, that's brilliant, that worked. And let's go back through, this should all go to plan. Pretty sure this is right. And no. Oh, I do believe that this is Static's portal. That's really interesting that it would link to this one. Ah, I know why it's done that. Because this was already here. So it linked to the closest one, which was, well, this one, the one that takes us to Static's. So the way back to mine is... oh, it's down here. Okay, let's try again. This time everything should go okay. I've disabled Static's portal. I asked him first, of course, although I think he's moving away from this area. So let's go back through. Hopefully this time it'll work. And yeah, there we go, it worked. Okay, so now I've got to build this tunnel, and I'm not going to do that straight away. It'll be one of those things that takes me some time because of the lava lake above. And it's quite a bit of distance to walk down, and I was thinking I don't really want to do a minecart track thing down here. So what I'll probably do is put a dispenser somewhere at the end of the tunnel. Actually, I'll put it at both ends of the tunnels and just fill them with speed potions so you can grab one. Excuse me, so you can grab one and then just drip it down to the other end. Okay, you can see I've built more of the tunnel, and I decided to put this out by one block like this so that it wasn't flush with this wall, because I want this place to be as jumbled as it can despite the actual tunnel layout being very symmetrical, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about there. So anyway, this episode has been really fun for me, mainly because I've just been in a really good mood lately about getting back on track with these projects. We're making good progress here in the Nether, and I think soon I'm going to get that mob spawner underway as well. There it is on the map. I just need to talk to a couple of people and confirm some things and figure out where the best location to actually be to activate the spawning inside it is, and then we can really make some progress on that as well. And of course I can't end this episode without talking about your feedback on the previous episode. Really do appreciate all of the support, it means an awful lot. I've been reading through tons of the comments, there's so many I've been struggling to get through them. I'm about halfway done at the moment. I read them every now and then in between recording and stuff, and yeah, your support is really appreciated. And I probably shouldn't let the negativity get to me, but I'm just that kind of person. I do take it a bit to heart, and yeah, I can't really help that. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.